Welcome back, everybody. We're going into hour number 2 of our 4 hours of pawns and patrons here today. I'm just setting up like one more thing for each of your tokens because I have to make sure that you have sight so that you can actually see through fog. And then we will get started. Let's do this. Anna and Jen, would both of you try to remember, if possible, that I haven't made it so that your character sheets permanently have sight and fog clearing. So before we go down to the next place, I'm gonna have to like update your character sheets. But at least your tokens will be able to see and clear the fog in just one moment as I rapidly finish setting things up.
When are we supposed to remind you? When we go to the next place?
Before we transition to like next parts of the world.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, okay, perfect. Wonderful. Then now you can see everything. Fantastic. Then here we are. Down here in front of the keep on the hill. So, before you stands the end of an old dirt road, now completely overrun with weeds and gross, sickly, rotting vines that rises towards the ruined citadel up ahead. A grisly sight stops you in your tracks as you approach. I imagine it's like mid-morning. You probably set out, after all getting together and, raring each other up and then striking out across the moors with your goats and your horses and your herding dogs alongside. So, there's decently good light, but a grisly sight bars your way. A pair of bodies secured to poles by long, ropey vines. The wicked vines have wormed their way inside the body's eyes, ears, and mouths. And to your horror, you realize the vines are still moving. So you can see this a little bit up to the north, right about here.
Growl a bless at the sight of the dead bodies, screams in fear. A very high-pitched scream. Ah! And he kind of hides behind his mom immediately.
Oh, yeah, my ladies were staring.
You what?
Oh, yeah, my ladies were staring at the bodies, but upon you screaming, all 4 of them look at you like, it's a dead body.
And, like, Redra is kind of ashamed of her son hiding behind her. She's like, come on, son, of course there's gonna be dead bodies. We set out to adventure. What are you expecting? Don't start off like that. Just stand like the others. Jeez.
Like she says, the dead are more afraid of us than we are of them. Go on, my pretties. Let's approach the gate.
Delderp enthusiastically walk forward. Fantastic. With her iron skillet.
Yeah, so go ahead and move yourself to where you'd like to be.
Froge Duday is also immediately walking toward the threat.
Moving forwards to investigate.
Well, not the threat, the, situation.
Fantastic.
He gets in close and sniffs one of the vines.
Amazing. So yes, as mentioned before, the bodies are still moving very faintly. Froge Duday, are you from Oakwell?
He has family in Oakwell.
Okay, so you visited often enough that you can recognize this person. This is Kiri, the son of the smith, with all these vines growing in and out and around his body. And as you stand there looking at him, he lurches, and then the vines lift him up and then set him down in front of you. Ta-da!
What's Kiri, you said?
Kiri, yes. The other one, incidentally, for those of you paying attention at home, is Albin, the other son of the village smith. The brothers vanished from the village 11 days ago. Yes, so I need all of you to roll for initiative. And how this is going to work is I'm going to get 1 initiative roll per player, not per character, using the agility bonus of your highest agility character. So let's
We need to study up.
Yep, take a look. Don't worry too much. I'm adding
Agility.
Vine
Nice.
Horrors.
Dune Touche has got an 18 agility.
Amazing. So let's see, we've got Rachel with 16. Anna with a 6. Neal
Del
with a
Derp.
2. And Jen with a 7. Fantastic. And then let's organize that descending. Well, unfortunately, the Vine Horrors were ready for you, more so than you were ready for the Vine Horrors. And so, Froge Dudet, this Vine Horror
put him out in
front of
front.
you.
Oh
No! First you did!
It's our best character.
This
Froge
Vine
cannot
Horror
die.
strikes out at you. Let's see. Oh no, it gets to attack twice. 1d20
Froge.
plus 2. Froge Dudet, what is your armor class?
10.
Okay, a 12 hits.
Uh-oh.
It strikes at you with these thorny vines. So let's see. I need to take a second look at this.
God.
Yeah,
What was I
Everyone's
doing
like, we
putting
must
Froge
protect
out in
him
front?
first.
Yeah, everybody brought so much hype about the frog, and
It's okay. He only does 1d4 damage, so it's gonna be fine.
how
Finger
much
crossed.
health?
Oh my God! Froge
Oh my
Dudet is
God.
down!
No.
Remember how I told you about my luck? Remember how I told you I
Froge
used
Dudet
it?
walks
No.
up, sniffs this corpse with vines bursting out of it, and then it just steps down and rakes a thorny vine across the front of Froge Dudet, and just black green frog blood goes spraying, and Froge Dudet lies on the floor, laid out cold. Meanwhile, this Vine Horror shambles forwards. Looks like it's got a move of 20, so
Oh,
there's
God.
no problem approaching Beggy, and strikes
Oh, no.
a second time. Oh no, Pebeggy 2? Fortunately, it only dealt 1 damage to Pebeggy.
Do I need to record that or did it automatically do it?
Well, unfortunately, Pebeggy only has 1 hit point. So, second Vine Horror steps down and attacks Del Derp.
Oh God, Del Derp. You hear a muffled, another little high-pitched scream from
Del Derp.
Rollabreath.
What is your hit point? What's your armor class?
Del Derp has an AC of 10.
Okay.
It's a hit.
It strikes at you with its thorny
Oh
vines,
God.
killing you, embracing you with thorns and
Derp.
tearing your flesh.
No.
You
Well, this is not
die.
a good start. Mom Shiro is shook. How is she gonna shell mushrooms now that her sister, who does the pricing, is already gone?
The Vine Horror moves forwards to Mom Shiro, sensing her despair, not wanting her to live the kind of life without her son, and strikes, dealing 2 damage.
Mom Churro! How much health does she have? Is she alive? Oh no, she has 2 health.
She's dead.
Well, that didn't
Wow.
last long. Her grief was
Is it
short
2
lived.
generations wiped out in front of us?
As she dies, she screams out the secret recipe to making the best mushrooms.
Write that down, write that down.
Keep them in the shade for as long as you can.
All right, Rachel. What do your characters do?
Well, there's an important bit of background here because these are the family of the blacksmith, right? in
Yes.
town? Beverly is a rival blacksmith, and though she, recently had issues with the law, this is a chance for redemption. This is partially why she's out here. But she's also very attached to Ciri, who is a wanderer who is a lover. So she's going to interpose herself between Ciri and the monster, and she's going to attack because honor drives her to complete her task, even though she has no love for her rival blacksmiths.
Amazing.
Beverly. So I can step right in there and attack?
Yeah, absolutely. So you're using Beverly?
I am using Beverly, and she has a hammer.
Yeah, and you should be able to just click under where it says melee, and it'll automatically do the roll for you.
Attacks with the hammer. 11 to hit with 5 damage.
Nice. Look at that. An 11 to hit. Oh, is that good enough? No, your hammer gets tangled in the thorns. It would have been such a great strike, but you still have 3 other characters that can act. What do they do?
Ooh, okay. Immediately, Ciri is worried for her love, so she's going to rush in there also. Despite Beverly saying, no, stay back! And Ciri is going to use her big walk. Actually has a -1 melee, so that's going to work out.
Oh, shit! 18 to hit with her big walking stick for 3 damage. Nice. You crack Albin across the skull, hearing like a wet, like melon popping crunch, but his animated corpse still lives.
Oh.
What do you do?
Ciri is excited to hit and driven by love, but very disappointed to see that this does not kill it. Tush, realizing that if her frontline falls, she would potentially be under attack as well, would like to throw her dagger. Is she in range for that? That looks right.
Let's see, what's the range on? Oh yeah, 15 to hit is great. Your dagger thuds straight into Albin's chest, dealing 2 damage. Not quite enough to take it down, but doing really good. You have one more character, right?
I do. Her name is Agnes, and she also has 1 hit point, and she is also fond of the back of the group and her meat wall. Unfortunately, she only has a chisel, so I'm wondering if there's an ability here where she can come up next to Tush, but assume sort of like a reactive stance, like hold action. Is that a thing here?
No, unfortunately. Like, I can see a warrior doing something like that, but Agnes, what are you? The chest maker? No.
Yes, Agnes is a chest maker and an aspiring wizard. I think she would probably just choose not to act then. She's not going to get involved in the battle.
Okay. Jen, what do you do?
Red thinks it's her time to shine. And to show her son how things must be done. You don't scream in the face of death, you stab it.
That's so true.
You stab it with a staff that you have in your hands right now. So Red does her best growl. Because when she named her son Growlabless, she really thought he would be a fierce warrior, which that's a name. But no. So she goes, Rah! She runs up to I guess we'll be smart. I'll attack the one that got hit so far.
Okay.
She's
Go ahead and move yourself into range.
So yeah, very smartly, Red.
Oh, it's
fearless. Oh, it's not
this one over here. That is,
sorry about
wounded.
that. Yes. Okay, so I go up to this one.
Yep.
And then I say, may I strike you like the lightning has struck me in my herd twice. And then I try to hit. How do I?
So on your character sheet,
Click
next
melee.
to your melee weapon, there should be a little button that says melee above it.
Okay, it's up.
There you go. Unfortunately, Red, not very adept with that staff, misses entirely.
And then she screams at her son to come and get into the fight. And then he's kind of just trying to hide. Like, he sees this tree.
Okay, all right, he runs back behind the tree. Fantastic.
And he screams out that he's looking for a better weapon.
Okay, fair. Anna, how about
I'm coming right back, Mom. You got this.
I just have, so according to Dungeon Crawl Classics, is Froge Juday just dead? Like nothing brings him back?
Unfortunately, level 0 characters just die when they hit 0.
Wow.
Higher level characters have a 50% chance to like you roll their body over and they're still alive, but at level 0, it's just over.
Well, that is the most Anna story of any role-playing scenario that could have happened here.
Yeah.
The mascot character that we were all excited about did not even say anything and was the first to hit and the first to die in the
Froge
entire
Juday lives
campaign.
on at level 10 in our hearts.
Yep.
Listen, that makes him a legend, okay? We're gonna put him on the flags. We're gonna paint him on the banners.
This
We're
is
gonna
our
whisper
reason
his
for
name around
adventure.
campfires.
Mascot of Pawns
Vengeance
and
for
Patrons.
Froge Juday.
Yes. All right. Well, Peggy got hit, and that made her mad. So
She's dead.
Oh yeah, she died too. Forgot about that. Okay, never mind. Let's see. That leaves Fran with her horse, and let's see.
What
She
about
has-
the dogs? Can our dogs fight? We have 2 dogs.
I don't think at the moment you have like trained your dogs, but I think it's fair to like we can roll some dice and see like how they behave. And then if your heroes survive and if your dogs survive, then we can see how they get trained up. Who has dogs?
I do have one.
Shambler has a dog.
Chandler has a dog.
And
heard
Red
of
There's
Red.
a dog token here somewhere. Dog, fantastic. So Shambler has a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
What a good boy.
the dog is going to have 1 hit point. What name does Shambler give to their dog?
I was gonna name it Poa, but I know it's gonna die, so I'm totally not gonna do that.
Smart.
The dog's name is Rachel.
Whoa! Whoa!
All right,
Hey,
here we
that.
go. Rachel right here.
Okay, we're worried about Poa dying, but Rachel, no, that's fine.
I mean,
Cool.
I
And-
named a dog after you. Aren't you honored?
Controlled by.
Is it gonna die?
All right, and then also we've got one other who has another dog.
It's mine. It's Red Red's dog, and his name is Steven.
Fantastic. The most faithful dog in the world. It's
He's
gonna
the
win
best.
the whole game. Where is Redra?
Is it weird for you, Steve? It's weird for me.
Because I feel like you won't want to kill the dog that's named after you.
That's a really
Steven's
good
dying
point.
first. All right, fantastic. So Jen and Anna both have. Where's Redra? Oh, there she is. Yeah, faithful Steven perched behind. Yeah. So like, you're a herder, right, Redra?
Yeah,
Yeah. Why don't you roll?
that's true. I should be better with dogs because I'm a herder.
Roll a d20, and if you roll a 15 or higher, you can order your dog to attack.
Oh, damn.
What about me? Can I do that?
5.
Okay, so Steven does not want to attack at the moment. He's
Yeah.
sitting there looking at you, grinning happily, as if nothing in the world is wrong. Anna, this is Shambler's dog, right? What is
Yeah.
Shambler's profession?
A farmer.
Farmer. Yeah, I think like farmers have working dogs, so it makes
Yeah.
sense to me that you also have training with dogs. So go ahead and roll a d20. 15 plus, your dog will attack. Oh yeah, look at that.
Rachel,
Rachel
fight!
just rocketing forwards. Give me a 1d20 plus 2.
Nice.
15. Holy shit.
Rachel's a
Rachel
monster.
leaps past Siri and grabs Alba by the throat. Roll 1d4 for damage.
Damn.
Listen, that's the power
Oh,
I
yeah.
imbue.
Like
I knew.
Alba's
Rachel's
arm,
luckier.
Alban's arm falls off in Rachel's maw, and Rachel goes running away with it.
Good boy, girl, good dog.
Alban is still alive, but looking very poorly. Neal.
Do
We're
I
finally
only take
round to
one
your turn.
character attack during my turn, or do I do all
Oh,
my
shit.
characters?
You attack with all characters, so you still got Fran.
Yeah, and that's Shambler's attack with the dog.
No, actually. So Shambler should also get an attack, but of course Shambler can only move 10 feet.
Which is like here.
Yes. That's
He's just
actually too
waving
much.
his-
That's too far.
Right,
You need to move
okay.
backwards.
Slow it down there, Shambler.
He's just shaking his pitchfork in the air. I'm gonna get ya.
Does he use a pitchfork?
Yes.
That's amazing.
It's 1d8 damage. It's actually one of the better weapons of any of my characters.
Fantastic.
Oh, I
Fran
probably
just has a
Tonberg.
staff. So Fran will... I mean, Fran just doesn't really want to get involved in all this, but I guess she feels like she has to. So she'll attack with her staff.
All right. Go ahead and move her
Um,
into position.
Where is Fran? There she is.
I have a question. Is there like a flanking bonus when you have an enemy surrounded?
No.
Okay.
Are you going to be attacking Vine Horror B?
Yes. Wait, where? Yes, this one.
Vine
Can I
Horror A
reach-
is over here. It's looking very wounded.
Yeah, she'll go for that one. She's like, I'm helping. She goes over there.
Perfect.
Go
So do I
over
just
the
roll
corpse of
D20?
Bumcher.
Is it just a d20?
On your character sheet, let's take a look at Fran here. Down a little ways, you've got an entry for your staff. And then over on the right-hand side, you see melee -1. So if you click that little button that says -1 on it, that will automatically roll for you.
Oh, perfect.
16 for 3 damage. Holy shit. Albin just explodes. Just his body bursts and he falls to the ground, vines wilting and decaying before your very eyes. Now, like thousands of small seeds spill out of his body. They're each like little slivers, like about a finger length long, silver and covered in mucus. And that's what happens. Neal, what about you? What do you do?
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
Because Fran had a horse with her. Can she be on horseback during this fight?
I don't think Fran is like very good at fighting on horseback, but let me get a horse onto the table for you.
Okay, great. Don't forget a goat too.
Let's take a look if there's a goat. I'll find something. Neal, in the meantime, what are you doing?
Talk to me about flying tackles. If I wanted to knock somebody kneeling, sitting, or prone,
That's our
What
first
do-
T-shirt. Talk to me about flying tackles.
how does this work? If I want to like knock one of these
So-
vine boys down,
If you were a warrior, you could perform a mighty deed of arms, but unfortunately, you are a what? What are you?
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
You're a lover. Well, there you go. You're a lover, not a fighter.
Well, I guess this guy up here is dead, right? This dude.
Yes, the one on the right is dead. Sorry, I'll -1 that.
Grand Neal steps up to the thing on the left and says in her old woman voice, "Now you put him down! Put him down!" she says to the vines as she wields her quill and stabs at the vines over and over again. Put him down!
His mighty as a
16
missile.
hits. You deal 1 damage. You stab your quill into Kieran's Kier, what's his name? Kiri's neck, and just like ichor spills out over your quill. Fantastic. Who else goes? Neal.
Well, all of my people are gonna go, but y'all left me to this one person on my own. My entire team is gonna get slaughtered now. Right. Guy.
Oh no.
Claypool will come around to the backside and be like, "Yo, man, you gotta like stop this. It's not cool anymore." And he takes his hammer and he's not really into the combat, but he's gonna try and like hit the vines on the back to maybe knock it down.
Nice. A 15 to hit with 0 damage.
Guy's not very strong. He's got 5 strength. You see, he's.
Surely there's a minimum on that of 1. I'm gonna give you 1.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
That pity damage.
It's like
Who-
11.
Who owns the goat?
The goat is being sold by Pebegi, so no
Yeah.
one owns the goat, but it's
So
still
Anna
there.
owns the goat.
Yeah.
For
But
right
Delderp was gonna help with the transaction, but now Delderp's dead.
All the goat
Rest in
guardians
peace.
are dead.
The entire
like to-
goat economy has collapsed.
Yeah.
But no, it's not Delderb, it's Redre. No, Redre's alive with her dog. That's
All right, here's the goat following behind Red Rat. All right,
The
fantastic.
goat's
Neal,
name is
who's next?
Genevieve.
Barbara, the
Barbara.
barrel maker, comes on in, and she takes a look at this weird plant thing, pulls out her crowbar, which she uses to, pry open barrels, and tries to pry open some ribs.
Oh yeah, look
2
at that.
points of
Your
damage.
Characters are destroying this. Fantastic. 2 damage to the vine horror, and you've got one more, right?
Yes, I do. Hagatha is going to do the most important thing. She approaches Froge Dudet, and
Oh, man.
she's going to take a look at what it would take to stuff this frog. That
Oh,
way he can
no.
be with us forever.
Oh.
Wow.
And part of the steps of stuffing the frog are to make sure that frog is stuffable. So we're gonna maybe go up and inspect the body, chew a little hole in him to taste the meat, make sure that we'll be able to put the appropriate filling in him, and try and drag the frog out of combat for
Do
safety.
you have any background or occupation that would lend your ability to understand whether a creature can be stuffed?
Well, I'm very old. I've survived the plague, and I carry jars of honey on me. And we all know honey is great for preserving things. It's basically like
That's true.
setting an
It is
amber.
preservative.
So,
I can't believe you're doing this.
Yeah, seeing what you're doing, you hear from afar Grohl blessing that he could help with the beading part of the stuffing.
Good.
I know we didn't know there was beading involved, but he's really he's a bead person. How do you call that? Bead.
An artist?
He's a glass blower. He's a glass blower, but he does little glass beads. Yes. So he could help with the filling, probably.
Great. So I'll take some honey, I'll take some froge, I'll sample them together. The only way I can tell if the honey is actually going to preserve them is to taste the two side by side. So how does
Disgusting.
froge taste?
Okay.
Like
Roll
cannibal.
1d10. Because you're not trained in taxidermy. Unfortunately, you just it's a nice thought. It would be really motivating for the team to keep Froge Dudet with them, but Grand Neal doesn't know how to stuff a frogling. So unfortunately,
His legs go to
Froge Dudet
waste.
will need a caring funeral instead of a caring taxidermy.
The horse's name is now Neal, and it is going into battle right away.
I'm sure
Neal the
he'll-
horse. There we go. By the way,
Purpose.
Anna, you have control of this horse token now.
Great.
The vine horror, unperturbed by the death of its comrade, lashes out first at Guy.
Goodbye, guy.
Is that your
So
your
beautiful.
last character?
Well, that's very interesting, isn't it? Let's take a look at critical hits in this game. Uh-huh.
Only has one life, Stephen. What are you doing to me?
Let's see. Crit tables.
Why is the horse so big?
Big courseware.
It's so big.
It's a giant horse.
It's large. It's a large-sized creature.
Horse is
Why-
amazing.
where are Crit tables. Crit table M 392. There we go. That's what I need. Yep. Yeah, so let me take a look at this. I think that critical hits by monsters. A natural 20 is a critical hit. The monster's hit dice determines its crit die. 2, this is an undead, I think, and it's going to deal d6. No, I think it's a humanoid. No, it's a monster. Monster d8, so it's going to roll on the M table with a d8. So let's take a look.
Critical miss on the critical hit?
Just that's the result that it generates.
Yeah, he
Roll
just hits him
1d8.
so well that you don't even hit him.
It certainly could, actually. It rolled a 2. Stunning blow. The PC falls to the bottom of the initiative count for the remainder of the battle. So I'm just
But
gonna move
0
you.
damage, right?
You are already at the bottom of the initiative account, and you take 1d4 damage.
Ah, goodbye, guy.
Goodbye,
Yeah.
guy. Meanwhile, on the other side,
So you
let's
have no
see.
more characters?
No, I have
No,
3
no, no.
more.
He's still got Grand Neal, Hagatha, and Barbara.
Oh.
He
He's
gets
got
2
three
attacks, so
characters.
he's gonna slot
Neal
half
over
my
here,
team.
like with as many characters as you can possibly have. I'm gonna roll a 1d3,
Back at
and
the right.
Barbara's 1, Grand Neal is 2, and Hagatha is 3.
Oh, thank God.
Barbara.
Care about Barbara. She'll die.
Wow.
Oh, it misses you, striking out with its vine arms, but not hitting you. Barbara survives. Next up, we've got Rachel. What do your characters do?
All right. So just to, if I have 30 move speed, that means I can cover 6 squares.
Yes, each of these squares is 5 feet.
So Beverly, pumped up by Siri's, huge swing, massive damage. She's gotta keep her status in the relationship, keep making her girlfriend feel safe before she's the one feeling safe. So she's gonna rush into this battle as well and take a big swing at the remaining plant guy with her hammer.
Oh,
Overbalancing and missing.
In way too much of a rush. But Siri sees this as a bit of a game. She's having fun here, and so she's gonna run right into it, and she's gonna take her own swing. And oh, she whiffs that as well. This is very embarrassing for both of them. Let's see. So a quick question about when I throw my dagger, do I have to retrieve it to throw it again?
Do you only have 1 dagger?
I believe so.
Then yes.
Okay.
Level
So,
0 characters. So good.
Right? Dune Touche is gonna slowly creep in here, grab her dagger. That was 4 squares, and then, excuse me, Fran. She feels kind of safe over here by the pup. And is that close enough range now?
Oh, yeah,
what is the
totally.
range of my dagger? To chuck that. But everybody's
no.
flubbing. And Agnes.
Unfortunately, now that you're firing into melee with a ranged weapon, 50% chance to hit someone else.
Well, that has been
So-
thrown, so you can't unthrow
Would you roll
a dagger.
1d2 for me, and on a 1, you're gonna hit another player.
Yeah. Slash roll.
Yes, slash roll.
Yeah, these things.
2, you do not. Your dagger flies wide. It's lying somewhere in the grass off this away, so you can go pick it back up again, but it's gonna take you some doing.
Got it.
Is that it for you? You still got Agnes.
Yes, Beverly and Siri both look at Dune Touche like, the hell was that? And Agnes, seeing this clown fiesta go down, is going to continue to move to keep bodies between her, but
Okay.
she's going to just stay the hell out of this fight.
All right, cool. Jen, who do you have left?
2 people. Well, it's
Okay.
the mom and the son. It's Redra
Yes.
and Growlabless. The disappointment.
Look, Growlabless is succeeding beyond other characters' wildest imaginations.
Yeah. Well, he's alive. That's
Yes.
already an accomplishment.
that's what he said.
Think of Froge Jude when you say these things. Poor Froge.
Yeah, acknowledge your privilege as living.
Well,
Right.
Growl feels pretty good about his life decisions right now, and he's wondering why is his mom, why is she still fighting? It's not a good idea. But his mom, she's on a mission right now, and her mission is to kill these little dudes. So I don't know if I can actually reach there. Oh yeah, I think I can get there. So can she run around and I guess go on top of... Oh yeah, there's some room actually. I was gonna say on top of Froge Dude's corpse, but
Yeah, you could move here.
yeah, I guess I'll just move here. This is simpler. Yeah, then she's gonna keep going with her her spear, or staff, I mean. And I guess, yeah, the lightning didn't work, so she's gonna say, Growlabless, if I hit this one, it is proof that we can fight these things and that you must come out of hiding.
I love it.
And then she goes for it.
Nope. Growlbless has the right decision.
And he's like,
has been proven
told
wrong.
you. Told you
Are you
it's a
going
bad
to-
idea.
Are you going to order Steven to attack?
Yes.
Go
Stephen
ahead
boy.
and roll a d20, and on a 15 plus, you successfully encourage Steven to leap into the fray.
Stephen,
Oh,
come
shit.
on.
Steven goes.
Show him what we're made of, Stephen.
Roll d20 plus 2.
Growlbless is like, no, Stephen, come back.
There's 8 people standing around this plant, just like ripping it.
Stephen hits.
Roll
Stephen
a
is a good
D4.
boy.
Steven does d4 damage.
Stephen does
3.
3.
Nice.
Look at that mighty attack. Fantastic.
Steven.
Red is so proud of Stephen right now. She was like,
I
see?
presume.
I got to raise this one well, at least, everybody.
I presume that Growlbless is remaining where he stands.
Yeah, he's like looking for something he could throw.
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
maybe like a branch or something
Yeah,
that
like
could hurt somebody for D1 damage or something.
there's a branch you could definitely like pull off. But this is going to be awkward. You're going to have to throw it using a d16 instead of a d20.
That's fine. Yeah, Growlbless, like, he's feeling a little bit of guilt seeing Steven fighting because he really cares for Steven. So he grabs a stick and then makes his way closer.
Okay.
He's like, "Fine, I'm coming." Jeez.
And is he going to throw?
Yeah, he's gonna throw the stick, and then he says, "Steven, don't catch the stick."
So the way to do this, Jen, is on your character sheet. There's this hexagon that says action die with d20 in it.
Yeah.
You click the d20. You can change that to d16,
Ooh, yeah, got it.
and then you can just click range for your hammer.
Okay. Oh,
Holy shit! You rolled a
Yes.
17. So unfortunately, you didn't roll a 20, which means you don't crit, even though you rolled the highest you can on the die that you had. But you do 2 damage with your stick. Steve
Growlbless
immediately
is
runs
like-
off and grabs the stick.
Oh. Growlbless is like really surprised. You can see his eyes are big, really big right now. And Redra is so confused. She like turns back to see like who threw this. And then she looks at Agnes, presuming that she threw the stick, and she goes like, "Good job, Agnes! I knew you'd be worthy."
Nice.
Agnes will take a drive-by compliment any day of the week. She's like,
It's your turn.
All right. Well, first things first. Fran is how much control do I have over Neal the horse?
Basically none. Neal is like a draft horse. You use Neal for plowing your fields. He doesn't understand much of anything in the way of anything.
Well, he definitely at least knows like a call to food, right?
Yes?
All right. So Fran is going to call Neal the horse toward the vine monster as though it were breakfast.
Okay. What are you hoping to achieve with this?
Trying to get me
hope-
killed, Steven.
I hope that the horse will come like sniffing around the vines, but as soon as the vines spook the horse will rear up and pummel it with their hooves.
All right. Okay. I can see this. So I think I'm going to do this in 2 parts. One is give me a d20 roll, and on a 10 plus, you will have successfully called the horse. The horse is going to make a wisdom saving throw, or a will save, because it might already be spooked. So let's see. On an 11 plus, it succeeds. No, Neal is looking, his eyes are wide and rolling, and you can see the whites all around them, and his nostrils are flaring, and he's going. So that's what Neal's up to.
Oh, thanks for nothing, Neal the horse. All right. Well, in that case, Fran will like. Is there even room to get involved melee right now?
There's space right here. There's also, you could go stand over Froge Dudet and avenge his fallen state.
Fran's very put out by this whole thing. She's just like, like very frustrated. This is not what she signed up for. The horse isn't coming, but she'll join, and she'll stand over. She'll like gingerly step over Froge and kind of like jab with her staff.
Yep. Oh no. I think we may, in fact, now need to look at the rules for fumbles.
But it wasn't a natural one. It was a
Everybody
modified.
stand in a circle and miss.
Oh, was it not a natural one? That's right. You rolled a 2 minus 1. Okay, you don't have to roll a fumble.
I just like I was half joking when I was like, let it be seen that I used up all my luck on this first roll, but it just continues to be absolutely true.
You know, Fran is gonna make it all the way. She's gonna become a hero. It's gonna be amazing.
I guess also Shambler is. Oh,
It's gonna move another 10 feet in the direction
first,
of battle.
Shambler is going to tell Rachel to get at it and run over and bite the vines.
Yeah,
Get
give me
'em.
that D20 roll.
Get him, Rachel.
Oh.
Yeah,
Holy
Rachel's
shit.
my champion.
Rachel drops the arm that she's carrying in her mouth and runs over to attack the other thing.
Drop it.
Roll
Drop
an attack.
it. Is it just D20?
+2.
I think you have a thing with like having secondary characters do a lot
Yeah,
better than your
That's
mains.
so true.
Like they're usually pretty good.
Rachel hits.
Of
Roll a
course she
D4.
does.
Good job, Rachel.
It's real meta now.
Unfortunately, Rachel doesn't kill it, but she tears off a leg and goes running away with it.
And she's like prancing, you know, when a dog gets a stick and it's like celebrating as it runs away. She's like,
Yeah, there's like this like tendon that's just twirling around in the air. Yeah,
This is a great
absolutely.
game.
good girl, Rachel.
Neal, you gotta take this thing out, man.
Well,
Are you
Barbara's
talking
got
about
her.
the horse or
Neal the horse.
Koibu.
Barbara will crowbar the creepy creature one more time.
Nice. You crowbar its skull open, laying it out on the field dead. It falls and bursts open, and all of these silvery seeds burst out of its chest.
Imagine
Fantastic.
this is like the printer scene in Office Space. Like all these people.
Yeah.
There you go. Successfully killed your first encounter in Dungeon Crawl Classics. Well done, folks. Excellent.
Got him.
So yeah,
see,
ahead
Mom,
of
I
you.
threw a stick.
What's that?
I said, did you see, Mom? I threw a stick. I did good.
Yeah. All right. So meanwhile, yeah, up ahead of you, you see the you see the keep looming up above you. This like rammed earth mound rises up to meet the walls, which are ancient and crumbling. And interestingly, when you look at the walls, they're all like, they're not wrought stone. They're like huge dolmens and menhirs that have been pulled up and piled up to create these walls. You can even see like ancient runes like carved and graven into some of the stones. And interestingly, like the structure of this building has all these like vines and leaves and like fetid pools sort of like pooling in cracks in the stone. And there's just like clouds of midges and gnats and stuff swarming in the air here. So now that you've lost a number of your comrades and found 2 others turned into horrible vine monsters, what do the remainder survivors of you do?
Shambler is going to find and calm the goat.
Okay.
Agatha is going
Goat
to sample
Viev.
one of these vines. She'll crack off an end of it and give it a little chew, trying not to swallow unless it tastes acceptable.
Who's doing that? Hagatha?
Agatha, yeah. Just a quick little
Well-
nibble.
Well, this is very interesting indeed. What kind of saving throws do you have?
If that's how we use another character.
Fortitude, reflex, and willpower. Yeah, give me a fortitude saving throw. This is only DC 5. Okay, cool. So you like chew on one of these vines, and it's super bitter, and it makes your tongue go numb. But other than that, nothing else happens.
But Rachel the dog is fine, right?
Yes, yeah. Rachel the dog and Stephen the dog, both fine.
Despite chewing on these plant parts.
This could be quite useful in medicine, I think. It's often nice to numb the pain of an operation. Here, help me gather these vines, would you please? She says to whoever this redheaded person is.
Siri just moves on the other side of Beverly. But
Fran,
Junid,
surely you would help an old woman lean over to gather these vines. Wouldn't you, Franny?
Who are you?
Agatha's my name.
I don't do plants.
Is there no one that would help an elderly woman harvest her plants?
Tish kind of
Red
starts
starts picking them up. Yeah.
Thank you, dear. Can I add vines to my gear?
Yeah, go ahead and just to your equipment, just add, vine clippings.
Shambler is going to go loot Froge and Pabegi and mutter things like "waste not, want not" as he does it.
Red feels inspired and is gonna loot my fallen party members as well.
Excellent. Go ahead and make sure you consolidate your gear. Remember, you can carry a unique number of items equal to your strength.
Oh, that's right.
So
Tish is kind of like right behind Hagatha, and she's gonna watch Hagatha touch a thing and exactly how she does it, and then she's gonna copy the move precisely because she doesn't want to innovate here in a dangerous area.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Tish looks at you like this, but continues.
So I looted Mum Churro.
Froge was carrying a steel vial and a large sack, but the contents of those is not disclosed. So were they just an empty steel vial and an empty large sack?
Yes.
The frog liked containers. It's the container collector.
I relate, honestly.
Be prepared. Having containers is valuable because then you can put other things in them.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Del Derp has so much stuff. Del Derp, who was a peddler, it makes a lot of sense. She had torches, a grappling hook, an iron skillet.
Amazing.
Shambler already has thieves' tools, so he kind of I don't need these, and holds them out to Fran. Fran takes them.
Agnes wants to examine some of the silver seeds. So first she's gonna kick one out of the slime that they're in, and then just kind of move it around with her foot and see if anything happens.
Yeah, let's see. So kicking them and moving them around, they've still got all this mucus all over them. But you notice upon investigating a little more closely, you nudge one with a foot and it moves a little bit weirdly. When you kneel down and look at it closely, you can see that these seeds have tiny little cilia all along their sides, and they're moving very, very slowly. But the seeds themselves are actually mobile.
Can I kick it with my foot until it opens like a seed pod? Is it you said about a finger long?
I mean, it's really just a seed that's a finger's length. I think if you kick it and crush it and smash it, eventually you break it. It's not a pod, so there's not seeds inside, but you smash it until it splinters and breaks a pumpkin seed might, and then
there's no guts or viscera or...
No, it's just seed.
Oh, I just realized that Mum Churro had a combat shovel.
Oh no! You're gonna
well,
have to
I mean,
carry
I
that
do
forward.
pick it up. Yeah. We're keeping
Absolutely.
that shovel.
Oh, I forgot about the weapons. Yeah.
Could come in handy. Yeah.
Yep. Speaking of weapons, Kiri's corpse still has both a short sword and a dagger.
Whoa.
Can Dunatush steal the second dagger? So now she's got 2 in her.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
You can recover the other dagger, grab Kiri's dagger. There's a short sword up for grabs, so to speak.
Who wants it? Says Red Rag, grabbing the sword. All right, it's mine.
I'll take it.
Oh, okay, cool. Sure, you can have it. As long as you don't act like a coward.
So
Excuse
short sword
me.
does 1d6 damage.
I hand it over.
Give that. Oh.
You see Red Red handing over a torch to Grolabless.
Cool, cool.
Since you like to stand in the back, at least you might as well hold the torch. He takes it. Steven brings back the stick
Yes.
to Red Red, and she
To
says,
stick that Grola Bless through.
yes. He brings it back to Grolabless, and Grolabless pets him. Good job, Steven. I knew I could count on you.
Rachel is sitting proudly next to Shambler with the leg still in her mouth.
Amazing.
And not like chewing on it, just like carrying it around like a dog does when they have a favorite toy. They're just like presenting it to everyone.
They're very proud.
Grolabless notices that there was a shovel on one of the corpses and suggests that we bury the dead.
Yes.
Froge deserves a funeral.
I say we bury them near this tree. That way we can find them later if we need to dig them up.
Shambler goes over and starts helping digging because he's a farmer.
Fantastic. Yeah, like the earth here is has a number of small stones in it, and as you dig them up, you can see even some of them are like chipped and crumbled pieces of like ancient menhir or dolmen, and some of them even have runes on them. But other than that, the earth is fairly giving, and you manage to dig a. Are you digging like a set of graves for these poor deceased characters?
One big pit.
Yeah, one big pit sounds more efficient.
No
I mean,
one
we
had
don't have
time
too
for
much
that.
time, I guess.
What are you doing with the bodies of poor Kiri and Alban?
Oh, we should probably bring those back. Let's leave them on top. Shall we?
Yeah, I suppose we should have a doctor study them or something.
Thought there might be a reward for the return of their corpses.
So I'm hearing like dig a pit, bury your allies, and then like move the vine horror corpses over on top of the filled pit.
Yes.
Is there any identifying like trinket or anything that we'd be able to take from the blacksmiths to show that we found them?
I mean, like the sword and the dagger are like the work of their mother, the townsmith. So like that is something that you could show and be like, hey, we took this off of your son. We're sorry. Yeah.
And Siri as a wanderer, none of my girls are super interested in the burying and stuff or the bodies. They're just gonna take a look around for any other potential danger in the space, any other clues as to what they might go inside. Siri's a pretty experienced adventurer.
So let's see. Let's see what I can tell you about here. Let's see. Who are you looking with?
I'm looking with Siri, and I'm mostly checking like the entrance to track if anyone has come this way before, if this is a place where wild animals might have taken roost and we have to worry about, a family of cougars jumping out at us. Or
Yeah. So you do notice in the dirt of the road, like there are animal footprints. It looks almost like a lion. And then if you sort of like move back and forth and look around, deep inside the keep here, you can see that there's this inner area, and there's a well deep back in the courtyard of the keep, and far in the back corner, like it's quite light out and you can see through this opening. Far in the back corner, it looks like the back wall of the keep has collapsed into a landslide.
and
And that's
we
kind
get
of
this.
what you can see from here.
We get the sense animals have kind of been coming and going, and
That's definitely what it looks like. There's a number of footprints. There's also a number of footprints of villagers. Like you can see, like the same kind of boot that they use in Oakwell.
And one other question, is a lion typical around here, or would this be like something to immediately draw attention to, or feel like people would say I'm silly for saying out loud?
I guess like what is Siri's background? What's her occupation?
Siri is a wanderer primarily. She kind of like
Yeah.
goes from town to town, trades and adventure and tales and rumors.
And I think this would be the sort of thing that Siri would know. It looks like a mountain lion or a cougar or something like that. Like the kind of wild cat that wouldn't be terribly out of place, but there is something weird about the paw print.
Okay.
It definitely doesn't look completely normal to your experience of traveling and seeing like wild cat paw prints. It's a bit larger, and there's like 2 extra like claws instead of just like the occasional one that cats sometimes have. Something strange is going on.
Okay. So Siri's gonna say to Beverly, but quite loudly, so anyone else can do with this information what they will. But we gotta be careful, Beverly. There's a big cat around here, and well, a lot of weird stuff afoot. These plant things aren't the only thing we're gonna have to worry about.
Rachel ain't afraid of no big cat.
That dog ain't seen what I'm talking about.
Some real where the red fern grows action coming up.
Meanwhile, Growlbless places little glass beads on top of the closed-up grave. He has this on him because he's a glass blower, so he has many little glass beads.
Nice. It's very
Fran
solemn.
is like trying to think about how to protect Neal and Goatviev, but leaving them out here if there's big cats probably sounds like a bad idea, so she resigns herself to just bringing them along.
Sounds like I don't know. That sounds like a goat. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Siri nods
We're
at
like,
you as you take the reins in hand.
Fantastic. So what's the next course of action?
Press on.
Growlbless says, I think we should just go back. You know, we did what we had to, right? Like, we're done with today.
Now. Don't be silly, says Grand Neal. We've come a long way. A bunch of us have already died, and if we just turn back now, well, then they've just died for nothing. So, we should probably head in and see what's about. Who wants to be the first one to go?
Agnes takes 2 steps back from the entrance.
Barbara, would you
Growlbless
show
looks like-
these children how it's done? Barbara will step forward. And volunteer to be the first one in the gate.
Siri's gonna follow her and kind of scout around as she goes in.
Yeah, red dress following.
Agnes
So-
sticking to the outside, Beverly following Siri.
Barbara's gonna try and get in maybe 40 or 50 feet by herself and scout out, take a look before waving the rest of the party on.
Okay.
So, alone, walks forward.
As the last one over here by the corpses, by the way, Dune Tush is gonna grab all the glass beads that you left behind.
My glass beads.
Is that 7 beads, Jen?
Yeah, I think I would have put 1 down per dead. That makes sense.
I'm just putting little colors on your characters so I can very easily at a glance understand who is who. Fantastic. Then, Barbara, you step into the inner courtyard of the keep. And that is where we should take our second 5-minute break for today. Ooh. Don't go anywhere, chat. We're going to come back with another approximately 2 hours of pawns and patrons and see what these characters get up to in this terrifying keep.